What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sideline Sports. I am your host, Trevor. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I appreciate all of your support. Today, we're talking about the San Francisco Giants. Farhan Zaidi as general manager is out, and Buster Posey is in. I think I have a couple of thoughts on this move. One is Farhan Zaidi has not done a very good job over the last few years as the Giants general manager and definitely was on the hot seat this year. And I believe just missing the playoffs was basically what sealed the deal on his exit. But I was talking about this a little bit for the last few weeks on how I believe that Farhan Zaidi really didn't earn the job to keep or to move forward with any kind of further extension. So good move by getting him out of there. Surprising move in my mind, putting Buster Posey there, but it makes a lot of sense. Buster Posey is going to do for the Giants what John Lynch has done, I believe, for the 49ers. And what I mean by that is that Buster Posey is a very liked personality in the Major League Baseball world, and he's also one of the great Giants. And what that does, just like John Lynch for the 49ers, what that does is it gives trust within the players. And players want to know when they come to the general manager that that guy is on their side and that they understand what those players are going through and are more willing to deal with those general manager types. So I think a very smart and business savvy move by the Giants by putting Buster Posey in that position. Now, of course, he's never been in the general manager position and he just retired not too long ago. So can he handle the day-to-day operations of being a general manager? Well, sure, I think that's going to take some getting used to and some growing pains, but I do believe that putting Buster Posey as general manager will, in fact, entice players to come and play with the Giants. And let's not forget that Snell could opt out of his contract and leave if he wanted to after this year. And that's arguably your best pitcher on the staff. And you want to keep him there. So making that move is a sign to the players who are on the Giants that things are going to get better and that they should want to stay with the Giants and see where this goes. Also, of course, it should entice players who were free agents outside of baseball to come in and talk about signing with the Giants. Corbin Burns for the Orioles is a free agent this year. He had a 2.95 ERA with a 1.1 WHIP. Very, very attractive free agent that they could go after. Max Fried, left-handed pitcher. He had a 3.42 ERA, not amazing, 10-10, but he could help the Giants out in their bullpen. So there's a lot of pitchers out there that are free agents that are ready to go. Sean Manaea, somebody we know from the Bay Area. Again, 3.29 ERA, not a great ERA, but we know he's a decent pitcher, and we know that he can bring some value to the Giants. Also, just looking at bats, because we need bats, right? The Giants are severely lacking any kind of run production. So I definitely think going out there and looking for some players that can actually hit is a good thing. And I expect the Giants to go out there and explore the free agent market and bring in a couple of big hitters. And I just don't think Farhan Zaidi had the ability to do that. He failed when it came to trying to get a big fish with Judge, and Judge just re-signed with the Yankees. Who knows if he was really all about signing with the Giants or just using that as leverage to get the best deal from the Yankees. Some people believe he came out here, visited with the Giants just to try and entice the Yankees to give him a little bit more money, and he had no intention of ever signing with the Giants. But he is from the Bay Area. He's a Bay Area kid, and he wanted, I believe, in some way or shape or form to sign with the Giants if they gave him a deal that he couldn't pass up. That didn't happen. And Farhan Zaidi just seemed like, not a great negotiator. So it didn't work out. And you can only fail on some big names like that when you really need one so many times before the team just gets tired of waiting for you to, make this a better situation. So Farhan Zaidi's gone. He deserved it. And I got to say, I'm really surprised that he didn't do more with the Giants, coming from the Oakland A's in the early 2000s and making that team what it was, or helping make that team what it was with Billy Beane, and then going over to the Dodgers and turning that Dodger team into an absolute powerhouse. You would think that coming to the Giants that he would make this thing happen. But, his luck ran out. It didn't work out. For whatever reason, players weren't signing with the Giants. Some people could say it's not a home run friendly park, especially in left field. So maybe that's why. I'm sorry, I said left field. It's right field, but maybe that's why. But more than anything else, you need a good salesman, and who's better to sell the Giants than Buster Posey? He's probably one of the greatest Giants to ever put on a uniform, and he's the most likable. Players around the team, around the league, seem to like Buster Posey. He had a great career. It was clean. There was no scandals or steroid talks or anything like that. He just played the game really well. Good leader and a great face of the franchise. So I think great pick to put Buster Posey in that position. I do, again, feel like becoming a general manager for somebody who has never done it before, probably there is going to be a learning curve there. But I think enticing some players to come in and play for the Giants that otherwise wouldn't will make up for that in a lot of ways. So overall, great news for the Giants beginning in their off season and moving forward to see who they're going to pick up before spring training. But that's a long way off. Obviously, I mean that's a long way off. We're still ways away from March. So. But it's a good beginning. Now they got their general manager set, and I still believe in Bob Melvin. I like him as a coach. He's, very relatable to the players. The players like playing for him. So the failures of this year only lie on the talent that the team had or lack thereof. And the fact is that they need to upgrade at some positions, especially at the shortstop position. That's a big hole. So you know what? That's one place they need to go. They need to be looking for somebody who can play shortstop and hit the baseball. They got third lockdown with Chapman. They got a couple of players in the outfield, but by and large, they can upgrade this team quite a bit. And I expect in the offseason they're going to go ahead and do that. So if you're a Giants fan, that's great news. You're happy. You're excited for the future to see what Buster Posey does. And I really do think he's going to bring in the players. And when you bring in the players and you spend the money, you make money. No, look no further than the Warriors and Joe Lacob. I think Joe Lacob bought the Warriors for $600 million or something around that around that price tag. And he took that team and injected money into it. And now the team's one of the most valuable teams in all of sports. I think they're worth $4 or $5 billion, maybe a little bit more even. So imagine what he's done with the Warriors in the time that he's had them, and they brought home championships, and championships equal money. So I think that's something that the Oakland A's could learn from. Obviously, the owner doesn't care at all about putting money into the team, and therefore he's okay just taking, I guess, whatever the small market teams get to take at the end of the year when MLB tosses them a bone of $50 million or whatever it is. It's not nearly as much as if you put a good team on the field. And I don't like to use the word small market team when I talk about the Oakland A's because they're not. They weren't. They just didn't have a winning team on the field. And guess what? When you don't put a winning team on the field, you don't get fans showing up. Look at the Giants. They have one of the nicest stadiums in the league. But when they were losing this year, you could go get tickets. They weren't selling out. Not at all. And last year, the year before this year, anyway, this season, I mean to say, was worse. So if you don't put a good product on the field, nobody's buying it, guys. And that's the bottom line. And I wish the A's owner would figure that out. But enough about them. This is the Giants podcast. And the bottom line is the Giants are moving in the right direction. And that's exciting for all the fans. And I'm excited to see where it goes as well. So let's see. Buster Posey, all the best of luck. Hopefully, we're going to get some great players in here because of it, and he's going to have a long and successful career with the Giants. It's a great start to the offseason, guys. Go Giants. And remember, hard work beats talent when talent don't work. So See you in the next one.